Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, no, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, no, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, no, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, no, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mama said you're meant to burn as bright as a star among the midnight sky. All the pressure blinded me, but now I see I'm no different from the rest. You said I'd fly away, but my walls have kept me down. Now I'm lost and I'm afraid, and I'm close to hit the ground. You said I'd fly away. You said I'd fly anyway, but I keep on falling. You said I'd fly anywhere, but I keep on falling. But I keep on falling. We're all searching for that open door. Show me proof that there is something more. I just hope I am okay with the choices I make. Maybe then I'll understand. You said I'd fly away, but my walls have kept me down. Now I'm lost and I'm afraid, wish a void opened in the air to suck me up, cause I really don't care. While I'm falling, I wondered if you would miss me when I'm gone. While I'm falling, I wondered if you would miss me when I am gone. I feel so hollow, hollow inside, hollow inside. Promise me everything,
Welcome back, everybody, to Blitz Gaming Series. We got a nice Group B game for you here for Playday 11. I'm Goose, joined here by Bianca.
What's up, BGS gang? Back after the horrible servers yesterday. We're back in action on BGS.
Yeah, we've had a lot of cancellations, a lot of forfeits, and with the servers, but we finally got just one game for you today, just one simple little best of one today. And for Group B, if you're not aware, one of Goons did drop out after disbanding, so this will simply just be a seeding match. All players and teams have qualified for the playoffs, but today we've got Atomic Apes versus Kunai.
Ooh, this is gonna be exciting. I've actually had the pleasure of casting both these teams, so I'm quite familiar with them, and I'm sure you're familiar with them too, Goose, as you cast all the time on Atomic Apes. We're gonna have Duke, Hud, Schmink, Zakilla, I hope I said that right, and Slimeball. And then on Kunai, we're gonna have Retro, Gekyu, Trix, Dexy, and I say Dementeds, but I don't know if that's how it's actually meant to be said. Question mark?
It is demented. It is indeed demented, and this is somewhat still of a very important matchup today because both teams are in line to potentially get that first seed. Kunai is above Atomic Apes in that first seed only by 1 point. So if Atomic Apes can win today, whether it be in regulation or in overtime, they could potentially take that first spot. And if Kunai, if they win today, they pretty much will just solidify that one spot. It would simply just be first seeding. That's all. As again, these teams have all qualified for playoffs. And again, you do want better seeding going into that playoff bracket, most definitely.
Well, I guess you would want to be as high as you possibly can, you know, to show that you're obviously the best team ever. But I guess, I don't know how brackets work. I don't care how brackets work because I'm here to watch this game. Any predictions, Goose, on scores and which team is going to win?
I like Kunai. Going into this first season of BGS, a lot of people had question marks and doubts about Kunai, but they've really pulling through. 2 of their losses being in overtime. So honestly, I do expect a lot from them, and I do think they can pull through here today.
Yeah, that would be good if their only losses are in overtime. At least they brought it the full way. You know, it's not like it was in regulation. Oh, they bring it back when they can. I think so too. I like Kunai. So I would say I'm hoping for Kunai to win, but we'll see how the game goes. Regardless though, let's make our way over to the bans. My favorite part, Goose, about this. I love seeing which map we go to. And it's gonna be Chalet. Oh my gosh, I feel like I see Chalet and Club more than I see Oregon now.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of Oregon, after this season, it'll be gone. So Oregon's been
I
banned
forgot about this.
a little bit more now. And that's not necessarily a surprise. A lot of teams saying that they don't really want to go to Oregon because, you know, if they're not going to be playing it won't be as useful as playing other maps like Chalet. Speaking of, definitely going to be a very even playing ground for both teams. Kunai starting on the attack as they technically did choose this map, and Atomic Apes, they will choose that defensive first side.
We'll see how well they'll be able to hold down the fort. I feel like Chalet is pretty, I would say it's pretty even. I feel like Chalet is like one of those maps where it kind of really comes down to your gun skill and if you're really winning your ones. I feel like that's the same way with like Clubhouse too. I think usually everybody knows the strategies and they kind of know the tech about those maps, so it kind of just comes down to you got to make sure you're making the plays and you're winning your ones and you're winning all your gunfights. But we'll see. Predictions on bands, Mr. Goose. Do you usually do predictions? Because I love predicting which bands are going to come through.
definitely, you're going to most definitely see a Monty unless both teams simultaneously agree that, we're not going to worry about that operator a whole lot in this matchup. I also could potentially see an Azami and maybe even a Cade if it is going to be a big problem. The first operator coming out is going to be Monty. He's just one of the most, if not the most powerful and difficult operator to deal with currently in the meta. So just getting him out of the way is just going to be making it a little bit easier for teams on that defense.
Yeah, I would say I agree. I think Monty mostly gets banned every single time. Oh, I would have said Adoka over Ying, but I think for defensive bans, I want to say Anazami and I want to say a Valk. I sometimes say Mira, but I think because the 3-3 split, I don't think they're gonna end up banning. Oh, they did ban Mira. Okay, that's interesting. So then I think a Valk will probably be next up on the list. That's actually crazy. You know what? I've seen like kind of a little bit of less Mira getting banned only because BGS does that 3-3 split. So usually each team's kind of get a fair chance to play with each operator. And so there comes up the Valk ban. So I was unfortunately like basically 2 for 4. I would have said the Monty too, but I mean, the Mira ban was definitely something that I wouldn't have expected only because of this 3-3 split. But we'll see how the game plays out now that no Mira is on the board. However, of course, there will be an Azami, very powerful, especially for holding library down and piano.
Yeah, that Azami is going to be left up. It's simply going to be up to the teams if they do want to use her in this matchup. But for the very first round, Tomahawks are going to actually opt out, bringing a Solus relatively over. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a surprise, but after her nerf, we have seen a decrease in play time for her simply because she's not as useful, especially not being able to use her scanner in the prep phase. Nonetheless, she can still give a plethora of utility info to their entire defensive team and his teammates. And so bringing out is just going to simply be giving a little bit more info to the defense, giving them a little bit more comfort on, choosing their positions, whether or not they want to choose to do a run out, push an aggressive play. It just gives them a little bit more leeway in that department. But nonetheless, if you look at the side of Kunai, it's really flexible lineup. You see Brava on a map like Chalet a lot more because just simply getting rid of those cams, being able to take that map control just so big and long hallways just makes your job a little bit easier.
And even though we're talking about her, she unfortunately got swapped off for the Buck. So we'll see how that plays out now. Poor Bravo will be played, but that's okay. I do think this list is a bit of an interesting one. You know what? I'm surprised not to see a dog. Usually I feel like there's always a dog playing in that library to kind of help out with the Capitan, but that will be the case here. Instead, of course, Mr. Zach Kill is going to try and get cheeky by that game's window, but unfortunately, the Buck is already long gone, so he won't have to worry about getting picked up, at least not right now. He might start making space elsewhere. There is also going to be a Frost playing over here by offices. She better be prepared in case anybody decides to come in from above.
Yeah, the Atomic Apes playing a very spread out, isolated roam game from both the Frost and the Mute. So I wouldn't necessarily, it's questionable, but it's definitely going to be a decision that for now is not going to be punished. But Dexy does take control of that top solar. And this is a lot of map control going early on, but eventually he does answer out with a trade.
Yep, it's going to be a 4v4 with a minute 45 remaining. And damn, I spoke too soon. A 4v3. Shimikololol is going to take down one, but again, it just seems like it's frag after frag after frag after frag. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. It seems like the Atomic Apes and Kunai are both going to be kind of on equal footing, although Kunai is going to be just down by one player. Are they going to equalize it out? This Buck is going to be in a bad situation. You better be careful. Just nearly evades death. Watch out, though. Solus, unfortunately, is going to get unlucky. And with that, Shimikololol is going to get his third. It's going to be up to Mr. Buck in a 1v2 with just about a minute remaining.
And this is relatively a comfortable situation for Overweight in this 1v2. He doesn't have a whole lot of utility, but he does have a plethora of time. He's going to be able to bring this drone out. He does see that Frost, but he may not be aware of HUD on that smoke, so he's going to have to choose these swings very carefully.
Just about under a minute. Smokes are going to start coming out to kind of stop him from making his way through sight. Maybe he'll try and make his way above, kind of get some vert. I wonder if the hatch is going to be open. He does have hard breach charges, so I'm sure that, he wouldn't use that on the hatch. He doesn't even have to. It's not reinforced. He will open that up, and the yellow ping is going to come out. Mr. Gekyu is going to try and get cheeky. 30 seconds remaining in the round, and all eyes are on him. Seems like one person is just going to be offside, holding by the blue stairs to make sure it doesn't come down from there, but long angle, he drops beautifully so. And he knows that somebody is going to be over here by trophy. Swings out, but unfortunately HUD is going to take Mr. Gekyu down. And with that, the first round going to the Atomic Apes.
Yeah, throughout the entire round, whether it be in that first initial roam game or leading into the last 30 seconds in that 2v1 for Atomic Apes, they really like to play isolated, disconnected from each other, and try to cover as much map space as they possibly could. And for the side of Kunai, they simply just didn't do well enough in that droning department, not getting enough info on that top floor. And because of it, it allowed those players, most specifically that Frost, to strike back, shut down the players that entirely shut down the entire round on that top floor.
Well, hopefully we'll see the boys. I mean, they held it pretty well. Both teams did quite well. It was a pick for a pick coming out. So I can say that at least Kunai seems to be holding out their own. It wasn't a complete blowout, which I'm happy to see, of course, as always. So hopefully, we'll be able to see close rounds like that again, because a 1v2 was not bad. And I mean, considering it was basically just one kill coming out and then another kill coming out and then another kill from either side, it's good. It keeps it close. It keeps everybody on their toes. We'll see if the boys on Kunai will be able to win out this round, or if Atomic Apes will just barely make it by, just like last round.
That was a very good round from Atomic Apes, but to be fair, though, to the side of Kunai, again, they simply just made a lot of big mistakes on that drone game, on getting that intel, just not at all, but just quickly and relatively consistently. It just simply wasn't there. So going back in this second round, Kunai can say to themselves that we have a simple problem to fix. All they necessarily need for this first attacking quarter is a 2-1 split, which translates into the traditional sense being a 4-2 split. But if they can strike back, try to find some gaps in the defense of Atomic Apes, and potentially take around 2 rounds, it is going to be so good. Chalet is one of those maps where you don't necessarily need in a really good strat. It's not like a Clubhouse or an Oregon where you basically know all the avenues. You played it time and time again. It's a little bit more complex, but if you do have a better and deeper strat book for this map than your opponents, it simply just makes your job as not only attacking, but translating onto the defense just a little bit easier.
And we'll see if they can put your words to work. Round is going to begin. Of course, we're going to see the Azami come out. Now it seems like we're going to have, of course, that library hold, considering we are going to be going bar in game. Seems like nobody's really hard roaming at all. Maybe the Legion is just all the way on the bottom floor. But other than that, seems like everybody is basically playing the standard role. Of course, the Doc is already going to start getting him, I'm sure, by the Capitan Flames, or at least by something. He's getting tagged out a little bit. He's going to stim himself back up. Those flames weren't doing too much damage. I'm wondering if that was actually a flame or if it was something else. But there will, of course, be pressure coming through. HUD taking down Mr. Dexy. It is going to be with a Claymore, though, and already the boys on Kunai are going to be on the back foot.
Yeah, another first opening pick. This time around, it will not be traded, and this does give Kunai a very difficult problem they have to deal with. And again, Slime Ball gets yet another, and 2 of your most crucial execution operators are now off the board, and they still haven't cleared this top Mez player.
And with that, another person gets taken down, but luckily it will be in favor of the boys on Kunai. Trick's gonna take down Slime Ball with a slimy little, what is it, a wrap? I always call it a wrap, but then everybody's like, it's not Fortnite, it's a camo. Anyways, the slime wrap is gonna take down the Slime Ball, and so with that, still Kunai are gonna be in the back foot, but at least they're gonna be closing out the player count just a little bit. There won't be so much of a gap. But with that, it seems like the top floor is basically gonna be taken control over by the boys on Atomic Apes, and Shminakololol is gonna make it even more in their favor as he takes down Tricks, a 4v2, and unfortunately the boys on Kunai are gonna be in a bad situation, but don't count it out just yet. Retro to take down Mr. Zach Killer. 45 seconds. I mean, this is quite doable. They do seem to have basically their whole top control. taken care of. They just got to make sure that ain't nobody's going to be flanking Ash. Trying to be cheeky is going to get hit off by a Legion mine, and so they're going to kind of get notified of her location, but no swings coming out just yet. All they have to do is play time, and it should work out in their favor considering that they also have the numbers. Ash getting tucked in the corner, but do they realize that Legion is also going to be cheekily tucked? And with that, one kill comes out. Mr. Get you again too. Okay, I'm so sorry. I did not know you were cut like that. And so it's going to be a HUD left in a 1v2 now. The advantage of the one Atomic Apes had will be no more. Absolutely disintegrated by Mr. Gekyu. Double swung takes down one, but you cannot escape the overweight menace. He's walking in and he's making a lot of noise. And with that, he's taken down 3 with him. So, Kunai equalizing out the score.
Again, that just overall positioning from Atomic Apes on the defense, playing so disconnected, forcing these isolated positions, gave a chance for Kunai to claw back and even out in the round. Going into actually executing onto the site, they were in a 5v3, which eventually did translate into a 4v3. But the problem is they lost all of their execution utility, let Ash just run down blue stairs, go in a closet, get 2 kills, and not a swing, not even the mirror being able to swing onto the player, shut them down, and get that trade. Atomic Apes simply not doing a good enough job on the trading department, and that's what gives the opening, gives the gap to Kunai. And throughout this entire group stage, we've seen time and time again, if you leave a gap up open on your defense, Kunai on the attack will be able to spot it and take advantage of it relatively quickly. That's why we've seen them have so much success and leading to really close games even when they do lose. Atomic Apes going into this last round of their defensive quarter for this first half, they're going to need to really lock down those gaps, play a little bit more together, and play off of each other.
I really wished I could have seen the entirety of Gekyu's POV because I was certain that he wasn't going to be able to make it out of that closet without somebody.
Oh, looks like we're seeing a little bit of luck. Are you there, B? All right. Looks like it's just gonna be me. Hey, how's everyone doing today? I'm doing great. So, Kunai looking to potentially take this last attacking round. Tricks getting very aggressive early on. And look at again, a very isolated position. Slime ball all by himself. Nobody there to get the refrag. Absolutely no one in a position to even get the trade back. But it's simply just going to be some gunshots going off. And that's all it's going to be for now. Dude,
can you hear me,
alone.
Mr. Goose?
Oh, she's back.
It's a goose, I'm back. Oh my gosh, guys, a little bit of technical difficulties always on my end. I'm so sorry. Seems like we're going base. Anything interesting happen? Oh. Well, yes it did. Somebody on Atomic Apes taking the fall of 4v5. Kunai will lead with 1 player. And it seems like they've also gotten a wall open, so we'll see if they're going to be able to make some waves as they start pushing in. It seems like it's quite fast, 2 minute 30, but be careful. Mr. Zach Killer is going to be playing in that elbow. And with that, Gekyu to take out another.
It's a very comfortable position for Kunai, and they have complete control, rather. Now they do, leaving Schmeek all alone in the 1v3, and eventually it is going to be Kunai to finish it off. It's going to be the Flores to shut him down, and such a decisive attacking round from Kunai. The isolated positions from Atomic Apes again punished them in that round, and because of it, they lost their very first defensive quarter, which, keep in mind, is statistically the favored side for Chalet.
Oh, I'm glad to see that. First round was quite close, but it seems like Kunai are absolutely locking in. That round was not close at all, other than them like coming out those last 2 kills onto Kunai that weren't in their favor. Atomic Apes ended up taking down 2 players. I mean, like, that kind of came quite fast, but other than that, it seems like Kunai got in there, took control, and that was it. So well played to them. Let's see if they'll be able to hold up the fortress now that they're going to be on the defensive side of Chalet. It seems like Kitchen is going to be the favorite site to go first for both teams.
Yeah, Kitchen just really came into play most recently in the past year for teams simply because of that top floor. It is absolutely crucial if you are an attacking team and you are not able to take control of that top floor whatsoever, or rather in a quickly fashion, leaving you enough time to set up that vertical onto the bomb site. The round's over. 9 times out of 10, when an attacking team tries to execute and get that bomb down on the site without getting that top control, they lose. And Kunai going to Kitchen, not only are they confident in the map, but they're confident in being able to or being able to control this top floor position for a relatively decent amount of time.
See if that will be the case, but as the round begins, obviously nothing crazy. Dokkaebi on the board, no Azami again. But what I'm interested to see is the Maestro. I feel like that comes out once in a blue moon. I think Maestro ends up coming out, and I kind of like it. I'm kind of here for the big Italian man. Sometimes I
Sounds like we lost her again. Oh, I'm back. Kunai still in the round. Oh. No.
Okay.
There we are.
Is it okay? I was gonna say it would be good if the Brava drone would be able to hack that. It's perfect that they do have one. So, I thought it was me. I'm like, oh my god, like please. Anyways, with that, 2 minutes on the board remaining, and we'll see. Maybe Mr. Retro might be in for a rude awakening if he's not careful on these solar windows. And with that, Shminakololol will take down Mr. Gekyum. Oh my god, on 1 HP. Can you believe that? 1 HP and a dream. And so a 5v4, but can we really count it as a 5v4 at this point? I mean, he's so low.
Bandit all alone in this top position. Tamagape's doing a really good job of getting that first pick, flushing these defenders back deeper into this top floor position, but they still haven't cleared these two players out, and they have to deal with them quickly because half of the round is gone. And these last two defenders are in a position to relatively fall back, but they're going to choose not to. Choosing to continue to hold this spot, continuing to grasp onto any control on this top floor, but it's ultimately completely punished them. Now all up to Retro in a 3v1.
Yeah, this is gonna have to be his ace if he wants to win out this round. There is a minute remaining. I mean, I could definitely see it being possible for him to end up clutching this, winning it out, but damn, I mean, considering how great they were playing those last 2 rounds of their attack, it seems like the defense, it's a little bit lacking. But then again, maybe it's just because they are on the defense and they were so accustomed to the offense that they kind of forgot what it means to defend a chalet. We'll see if a real man knows how to defend his kitchen. Retro will be the one to bring us that information. But until then, right now, it seems like he better be careful. A bunch of angles coming out. I'm sure that he hears somebody coming down through solar. He definitely knows, as well as, of course, somebody being on the hatch. A lick will swing out. They will see him, but no shots connect, no shots hit. Not to mention, Mr. Retro is going to also be at 50 HP. He needs to be very careful with himself. And so, taken down. And with that, the electric offense that they had, unfortunately, will get swiftly taken down as Atomic Apes just absolutely eat it up as they're attacking.
Yeah, we could be in store for an attacking sided Chalet. That would be not that relatively surprising, but unexpected rather. Atomic Apes doing a really good job of just really pushing back the defense from Kunai. Kunai just staying a little bit too long on that top floor, overstaying their welcome, not really reading the room, not understanding that they needed to fall back. And because of that, they were eventually dwindled down to a 2v4 and then eventually a 1v3. And Kunai, they're going to say to themselves, we want to go back to this bomb site. We like the overall strat. We like the hold that we had. We just played the actual situation a little bit poorly. They understand their mistakes, and they saying to themselves that they have all the right tools, they have the right understanding of what to fix, and they're going to need to change it up. You can't bring the same top-down defensive setup you did before. Obviously, you still have to play the top, but you have to change a couple of things up. Rotate some players around, and definitely get that timing on the fall-off back to the site a little bit quicker.
And I'm actually surprised that they ended up going kitchen again. I feel like that was a little bit crazy, but maybe they just think second time's the charm. The first time doesn't work out, the second time surely will, right? If it doesn't, then hopefully they end up swapping. But we'll see as the round starts to come out. We're gonna see a Solus again. Damn, it seems like Solas is quite popular. I feel like after her nerf, almost nobody played her. And I feel like there would be other operators that I think would definitely be better. Maybe even something like a Mute. Maybe even something like, I don't know, a Kaid. I'm not sure. I'm thinking more wall denial. But then again, maybe wall denial, considering there is a Thatcher on the board, is a little bit useless for the boys on Kunai. But anyways, we'll see as this round pans out. Is there really a lot of defensive roaming going on? I see like a tad bit, but I feel like actually no, it's a decent amount. I'll stop. There is a bit of roaming coming in, but we'll see this blitz coming in through the bathroom. Watch out, the boy with his pistol Duke to take down first. It is going to be mine. It seems like the boys on Atomic Apes are absolutely on fire when it comes to the attack, as they will take down 2 now.
Yeah, I really love that initial push, just util dumping, cutting that player off from the Solarian Repel, being pushed out by the Blitz, forcing that player, forcing the Wamai to make a decision. Because of it, you get rid of so much utility. And on top of that, Smeek continues to dwindle down that man count with that Finca LMG. And yet again, Kunai in the second half of the round find themselves in a least favorable man count. And on top of that, HUD on the Blitz is knocking on the door of the bomb site, but it's going to be Slime to eventually take out.
Yeah, this is gonna be unfortunate. Demented seems like he's the last one alive, but not for long. Atomic Apes finish him off cleanly. So I think it's time that we wrap up the kitchen and go literally any other bomb site, because this is, I'm not sure if Atomic Apes are just really good at attack or if Kunai just absolutely suck at holding down their kitchen, because it just seems like the walls are crumbling and you can't even build them back up. So it seems like we're going to be going bar and gaming. Thankfully, so third time's the charm. It ain't the wave. Neither a second. So hopefully they'll be able to hold up bar better.
Yep, they're going to be going back to that bar position. And, you know, even if Kunai do win this next round, my prediction was right that we simply are seeing for at least this first half an attacking sided round, or attacking sided Chalet rather. And it's really interesting, and it does, again, go to those banned operators, but simply just Atomic Apes are really aggressive on this attack, giving Kunai little to no time to react after they actually choose to push and try and aggress on a certain position around the map. And it's that pressure gameplay on these offsite positions that Kunai had struggled on in the round before. Atomic Apes realizing that, reading into it, then reading into the setup that they saw in the second round. Again, just honestly a really good attack setup. I talked about it. You know, Chalet is not exactly like an Oregon or a Clubhouse where we play it time and time again. But again, it's one of those maps that people have played a little bit more. They know some of the basics, but the team with the deeper bag, with the, you know, more deep strats, you know, more workarounds to the overall defense, usually will win now.
Well, hopefully they'll be able to pick it up this time around. The Capitan, no Doc to play over there by Library, which I've mentioned it before, I'll mention it again, but I feel like it's very necessary. At least now that I understand the reasoning behind it. You know, not until I didn't realize how, or at least I didn't think it was that important until somebody had ended up telling me, but I feel like that's a great way to basically get rid of Capitan's flame bolts. And now that I understand it, it's all I can think about every time I watch people play on Chalet. But I digress. Schminokololol might just find himself a pick. Mr. Retro needs to be careful. He's going to be sitting there by elbow, but running out absolutely gets shredded. That's going to be unfortunate. And there we go. The roam game coming up from Atomic Apes is absolutely beautiful. Already, they are going to have a man advantage of 5v4.
Wow, I mean, it really is just beautiful. Trix does get eventually a pick back onto Zach, and that does even out the man count and does force Atomic Apes to really readdress the situation and try to find a different avenue, because you're not going to be able to rely on that man count anymore. You still don't have control of top mez or library at all, and now overweight, he's gonna be able to retake this position, and with no one on that highway position en route getting that window open, Atomic Apes, they're starting to struggle to find a way not only into the site, but the map.
Well, this is good. I'm glad, because I didn't want Kunai to get absolutely swept when they're on defense again. Azami fighting for her life. Mr. Gekyu better be careful. He's just about prone behind there, but if he's not careful, he's gonna get his head chopped off. Just a haircut will do for now, but Hopefully, it's nothing more than that. Get a little bit of pressure from that top mez, but I want to see what everybody else is doing. There is still going to be a bit of a blue hold as well. It seems like Mr. Ace might start making his way up through main. As of right now, though, it seems kind of calm, seems kind of quiet. He better be careful for a split, but with that, Mr. Schlimeball to take down one tricks, but refragged out, and it is going to be a 2v3 actually, as the boys on Kunai will end up getting another 3 kills and make it 4. All right. Seems like the boys are a lot better at defending bar than they are the kitchen. Don't let the man defend the kitchen. We'll save that for somebody else. Let them defend their bar and games, because they did that quite well. And so hopefully we'll see their attacking kind of pick up from where we left off.
Yeah, you know, as I talked about before, my prediction was right. We have, at least for the first half, an attacking sided Chalet. And, you know, to be fair, into the favor of Atomic Apes, their very aggressive attacking playstyle worked wonders for them the first 2 rounds. But then in that third and final attacking round for their first attacking quarter, they fell off. You know, after losing that player, they didn't have enough map control. They just wasted so much time clearing out that frost on the side of Retro, and because of it, they didn't really have Navu. They didn't have map control to work off of, and they started to struggle, started to grasp at straws, and that allowed Kunai, already having defined defender positions, rotate and get even better ones, and even retake map control.
I like that. I like that. It's a good bounce back. It seems like the rounds when they were defending kitchen, they weren't really able. It seems like Kunai were grasping for straws when they were defending on kitchen. But I'm glad to see that they had Atomic Apes. I like how you said that. I'm gonna use that from now on. Grasping for straws. I like that. But it seems like they had Atomic Apes grasping for straws when they were defending the bar. So hopefully now that they're back on the attack, we'll see them kind of pick it up. They did have an amazing final round for their defensive, so hopefully they can kind of keep that same momentum, keep that same kind of energy, and bring it to their offensive rounds. We are going to be going kitchen first, which is the favorite site for both teams. It seems like both teams have gone defending kitchen for their first defensive round every time.
Yeah, I really like this from both teams, and also don't like it at the same time, because obviously we don't get to see a 3-site rotation. We haven't seen a team win 2 defenses in a row, so because of that, we have not seen that basement bomb site. And, you know, to be fair, that is a favorable idea. You're going to go kitchen, you're going to go bar if you have that option. It's the most favored bomb site. But Kunai doing a little bit different on this top floor attack, using a little bit more utility, spreading it out aside from just this position, trying to deny even with that Fenrir charge all the way on top of balcony. It really goes to show that Kunai, they're just simply trying to stop. They're trying to slow down Atomic Apes at every single entry point of the map. And if we look at the overall operator lineup from Kunai, they're, you know, a little bit slower. You know, they have that, you know, attacking, you know, utility power that's going to be able to simply get walls open, do the bare minimum. They're not going to be having that aggressive play style. And Zach with the very first pick, that's going to take down the Thatcher, probably one of the most influential and important operators for this round, now gone. And on top of that, Kunai not in a position to get that refrag.
I was gonna say, it seems like the boys on Kunai are a little bit slow on the uptake, but as I say that, it seems like they've basically taken control of top mez and that kind of main lobby area, but we'll see how far and how far and wide that will be able to get them, because they are still going to be on the back foot, and with the minute 40, still a decent amount of time to start making some money move. In there, there's going to be Mr. Zach Killer, so Zach Killer better be careful. It seems like there's actually going to be, I believe there was another person with a thermite. I could be wrong, no, it does seem that way, but as well as that, it seems like they've just kind of dropped down. I'm not sure what the plan is for that right now, but as I'm speaking, it seems like Atomic Apes are holding up the top floor quite well, at least for that bedroom side, and with that, another person gets taken down, Tricks. And it just seems like flies are dropping absolutely everywhere. Kunai at a back foot, even bigger than before. It's gonna be a 2-kill or a 2-man deficit, but make it 3. Zach Killer with the 2-piece for the 2.
Retro is going to be able to take one off of Zach, putting himself in a 1v3, looking for absolutely anything. The vertical is going to strike him. It's going to slow him down. Atomic Ape's doing a great job of giving him absolutely anything. And Smeek is simply going to run out. Just waste a little bit more time. 30 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be basically an unwinnable round for Retro. He's going to try to get that bomb down, try to feel out the position. The pings do go out, but eventually it's going to be Duke to shut him down. And that slow attack, not really putting a lot of emphasis on taking that top master control, eventually will punish Kunai.
Goose, am I here?
You're here.
Oh my gosh. It literally happens at the worst times. Like, guys, I don't know why. Goose, give me your tech. I don't even know how to fix this. I'm so sorry, but I'm back. I'm live in the flesh. I was gonna say, damn, he got one kill. Maybe he'd actually kind of clutch it out, but no, he didn't. That's unfortunate. And with that, Atomic Apes winning their first defensive round, but after that, they did lose their two other defensive rounds. So we'll see if Kunai will be able to bring that same energy now that they are going to be attacking a different site. We're going to be going basement, which I'm not going to lie, basement over bar and games, basement over master. I feel like this is absolutely untouched territory. This is a little bit sussy. This is like, ooh, what the Sigma? What's going on? What do you think, Goose? You think it's kind of, it's kind of okay that they're going down basement. Are you surprised, or are you like, damn, this is a little bit weird?
I wouldn't necessarily say surprised, but that's exactly the goal in mind for going to this site for Atomic Apes. They're going to try to catch Kunai off guard, catch him off surprise, and give them something new that they haven't been able to deal with this entire round. Kunai on the attack has had a little bit of a problem on adapting to the defensive setup, reading the defensive setup from Atomic Apes, and now Atomic Apes are going to say to Kunai, we'll give you even bigger problem. We'll give you a site that you haven't even attacked this entire game. Sure, Kunai are going to have a decent idea on how to approach this, but it's going to be up to that capability to adapt, to read what Atomic Apes is putting forth in this round, and eventually to problem solve. And that's a problem that we've seen from Kunai is how to solve, and not only how to solve problems and get rid of those obstacles on the defense, but doing it in a timely fashion.
Ooh, and I see that little trophy hatch opened up to stop any ops from coming in straight through that small garage. I wonder if anybody is going to be cheeky and kind of get a kill from over there, if anybody's going to be dumb enough to walk in without looking above them. I feel like I have PTSD from dying from that spot so many times that every time I walk in there, even before I walk in there, I drone it out and make sure the hatch is closed. But speaking about somebody dying, unfortunately, Mr. Dexy is going to fall at the hands of Mr. Wamai and actually make it to Mr. Duke. Duke the Killer is going to take down Mr. Overweight Menace, aka Mr. Gekyu, and already Kunai are not holding up now that they're trying to attack the basement for Chalet.
Zach has been just a very important player for Atomic Apes, whether or not he's on the scoreboard. A nasty little pixel angle from Smink to shut down Retro and further put Kunai deeper and deeper into the ground, trying to eventually put them in their grave. But for now, it's going to be Trix and Demence in the 2v5. Trix does take up a couple of shots, and now Atomic Apes, they have a complete idea at least where the Ash is. They're gonna be able to try to converge on his position, try to shut him down, and on top of that, they have control of that case. But Demence does get one onto Slime.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna say that Azami is absolutely tech. I have never seen that angle before, but oh my god. That's gonna be unfortunate. However, there is gonna be just under a minute remaining. Mr. Trix and Demented all left in a 2v4, and they still gotta worry about this Azami that is going to be upstairs. Hopefully, it will not take too long to take him out. Is gonna just about see him, bring him down to 32 HP, but unfortunately, getting hit from the back, Mr. Zach Killer will take him down, and it's going to be Demented's left in a 1v4. 20 seconds is not looking too good for him, unfortunately. Getting taken down. The basement seems to be all the tech when it comes to Atomic Apes and defending. They've finally won their second defensive round.
Now, this is the Chalet I'm used to. At least a 2-1 winning defensive quarter for Atomic Apes, and Kunai, after not only losing those two attacking rounds, but losing in such a convincing fashion. In those previous 2 rounds, Kunai, not at any point throughout the entire round, was in the driver's seat, didn't even have a great idea on where the defender positions were. So, for their last attacking round in this quarter, they're going to take that timeout. They're going to talk to themselves, try to fix this hole in the boat so they don't sink to that 6-3 deficit, and then are forced to, on the contrary, go flawless on their defensive quarter, which, keep in mind, they did win 2-1. And Atomic Apes, if they win in this next round, all they need is that one attacking round to win in regulation and take that first spot seed.
Seems like they're setting themselves up for quite a nice game. Hopefully, the boys on Kunai will start to lock in. This will be their final attacking round for now. So I'm hoping that at least we could kind of close this out, or at least kind of, bring the score a little bit closer, because 6-3 would not be fun, because then they'd have to go absolutely flawless on their defense. And I mean,
it is going to be a difficult challenge, and I think this isn't necessarily a must-round win for Kunai. They could still go and translate and then go flawless on their defense also. It's Chile. We've seen it before. It's not a hard task to complete, but just getting that one round, giving yourself a little bit of wiggle room to potentially lose that, or even potentially come back and win in regulation, would be a breather for them. Kunai, this would be their third overtime game if we do see it be sent into that realm. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Atomic Apes, they're going to be taking us all the way to that bar in gaming bomb site that we've seen the defense have success so much throughout this entire first map.
Okay, and so hopefully Kunai will be able to lock in the bar, and games is where we're going to be taken to. Atomic Apes, their final stretch. Ooh, this is interesting. We're going to have a look of Kaid playing all the way down in the basement, basically stopping that wall from getting opened. I wonder why, even though they're going bar in games, I feel like maybe, actually, okay, they come and taking it from below. That's interesting. I like that. That seems like tech. And with that, get you already taken down by Mr. Schmiller. Oh, no. He got taken down by the slime ball, I think. I believe so. And so with that, damn. Unfortunately, that's going to be the Damos off the board. That's going to be a pretty decent kill, especially if you're trying to figure out where the roamers are all at. And so Kunai are going to have to play with one less player, and it's not even a minute into the round.
Kunai now are forced into a position. They know that there is a vigil, or at least there is a player in that basement position. And now they're forced, if they want to continue to use more time, utility, and player bodies to clear that player out, or if they just want to completely circumvent it, ignore that position, try and take this top mez position, in which exactly they will. They will push off that Azami, but it's going to be HUD with the C4 to strike back and get yet another pick onto such an important player, taking out that Capitao. And now, sure, they do have complete control of the top floor, but with it, they've lost 2 of their teammates.
Yeah, this is not looking too good for the boys on Kunai, but like you said, they do have a little bit of that top control, so hopefully we'll be able to see. I mean, previously they were attacking this side and they did end up having the man deficit and then ended up clutching up and ended up winning out the round, so maybe we'll see a little bit of a repeat from that. But until then, time will count down, and they better be careful for on top of this hatch. Unfortunately, Mr. Tricks taking it down to the hands of Mr. Zach Killer. He seems to be Zach killing everybody on Kunai. He's been playing absolutely amazing. I just keep seeing his name pop up and up and up and up and up. And there's a 2-piece for him. Let him cook. Unfortunately, the boys on Kunai need to reevaluate because they're getting absolutely blown out the water. That's going to be 6-3, and that's not going to be the best case scenario for them, not in the slightest.
Kunai now in a position where no mistakes are going to be able to be held. They have to go completely flawless, win 3 rounds in a row on the defense, which, to be fair to them, it wasn't necessarily a problem. They had a 2-1 defensive quarter, or actually, no, it was a 1-2 defensive quarter. My bad, I apologize. So that is going to be a little bit of a difference there. Not exactly what you would expect. And Kunai, not only are they going to have to fix a lot of their problems as a team, But translating now into the defense, they're going to have to simply fix those Chalet defense problems. They're going to be taking us all the way to the basement bomb site again, exactly what we saw from Atomic Apes, trying to bring up something a little bit new, throw Atomic Apes off. But again, this very aggressive and quick attack from Atomic Apes is going to continue to be a problem that Kunai is going to have to deal with. And so far that we saw in their last offensive quarter, when Atomic Apes did play aggressive, when they did get those quick jabs to take those off-site positions, Kunai weren't necessarily in the best position to counter it.
I don't really know what else to say that Kunai could maybe improve, because I just feel like Atomic Apes are just playing on their absolute A game, and it just seems like they know exactly what they're doing. It seems like they got this map like it's the back of their hand, which, I mean, I feel like this should be the back of every team's hand. It is Chalet, of course. This is one of those, you know, basic maps. It's just like Clubhouse. I feel like you just have to know it, of course, like Oregon too. So if you don't know it, I'm not sure. I feel like Kunai are just putting themselves in bad positions or something, but we are going to be seeing the glass get taken out. We'll see how much of an impact he will have. Seems like we're going to be opening up that main garage walls right now. We'll see if the Mr. Glass, Mr. Zach Killer, has been playing amazing, is going to be able to kind of get cheeky with it. We'll find out soon. The Warden already ready for what's to come next.
This zombie barricade is going to be doing so much work. It really is that tiny little string holding on a cinder block, but it's going to be able to be dealt with. And Atomic Apes, again, continuing the theme of that very aggressive playstyle on the attack, utility dumping, trying to take some players off, and Slimeball gets the very first pick 2 rounds in a row now onto Retro, and it's Duke looking to get this bomb down.
Oh, this is unfortunate, but it's going to be a 3-piece for Mr. Slimeball. Bomb is going to go down, and damn, unfortunately, that was a clean sweep. I couldn't even call that around. That was like 40 seconds of just Atomic Apes having lots and lots and lots and lots of fun. 7-3. Congratulations to Atomic Apes, but Kunai, what type of hold are we doing? I'm pretty sure they even won barn games, so I'm not sure why they ended up going to basement after, when they seem to win barn games quite nicely.
Yeah, it's going to be a questionable play that we will not get an answer for, because that will be all. Kunai will not have any more rounds on Chalet tonight. Atomic Apes winning it out 7-3, taking away, knocking Kunai off of that first seed and taking that crown for Group B for now. There's still games tomorrow, so if Kunai do win and Atomic Apes lose, there can be a potential, including round differential, where Kunai could retake that spot. But again, keep in mind, all 3 teams, being Atomic Apes, Kunai, and Hush, have qualified for playoffs, with the 4th seeded team pulling out of BGS. So all these games, all of this competitiveness will simply be to just get a little bit of an easier seeding in that playoff bracket.
I like that. I like that. At least, you know, if they're playing, it's not like they're playing to the death and they're basically just waiting to see who's going to end up qualifying. And congratulations, of course, to all the teams that have qualified. But congratulations especially to Atomic Apes for showing us to never take them to Chalet, because, oh my gosh, seems like they just absolutely know how to run the show. Well done to Atomic Apes. And as for Kunai, man, I was rooting on y'all to win.
Yeah, it is difficult, and to correct myself a little bit here, I trolled a little bit. The groups are set, so Kunai are going to be locked into that 2nd seed. Atomic Apes, this game, absolutely huge. They will lock in that 1st seed, give themselves a little bit of a freebie going into the playoff bracket. Not entirely sure if that is just, a less seeded team, or if it's a complete bypass, but we'll see. And that's going to be all from just me, I guess, now for tonight. We'll see you in some more games tomorrow.
Oh my God, we're back! Oh my gosh, I'm like, did my screen freeze, or is it everybody's screen froze? I guess it was just me. I'm selling you a little bit, guys. I'm sorry, but I guess that's it from me and Goose. Have a great night, guys, and thank you so much for tuning into the BGS stream. Congratulations to both teams for playing and for giving us a great game, although it didn't go OT. I'm a little bit sad, but I'll be seeing you guys. Same with Goose and another one. My cat also says goodbye, guys, so we'll see y'all. Have a good night.
Dreaming in colors I never dream in. Oh yeah. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed. Skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed. Skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, no, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, no, I wanna know. Can we talk about